Hey, welcome to another episode of the Not Scrum Done podcast. I'm your co-host, Adriana Marshall, and that's my amazing co-host.
Grand Scrum Master Scott, everyone. Greetings.
Today, we're going to talk about how to get feedback as a Scrum Master. And I'm not talking about yearly reviews. Some people may be coming up on those. I'm talking about getting continuous feedback the same way we do as a team, but for you as an individual, as a Scrum Master, so that you can build up your tools and techniques and skill set. That way you can improve the team and also improve yourself in the process. So, one of the ways that I think of immediately when I think of getting feedback is doing like these mini surveys. I think it's super simple to send out a quick survey and see how people are liking the events. Are they effective? Are they ineffective? Are they do they understand the purpose? Do they feel like we're always fulfilling the purpose of each of the events? Are there other things, maybe organizational impediments? Do they feel like those are being handled? Or what are some other organizational impediments that they feel like aren't being addressed? I think those are really good things to ask the team and get their feedback on. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Scott, what do you have?
Oh, Andriana, those are all great things. How do I get feedback to consistently improve? It's a little bit, I say, challenging for me as a contract worker because I'm thinking about when I used to not be a contract worker. I look forward to the annual evaluation and I get a long list. I get an hour or two with my manager. We go over the good, the bad, the ugly, and I walk away from that meeting with a Scott, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. And I work on that throughout the year and I miss that structure as a contract worker. So now I have to get even more creative. For example, I may, after sprint planning, go talk to the product owner. In my first 30 days, I will go talk to the product owner. Hey, product owner, how did I do facilitating the sprint planning today? Any advice you got for me? Any feedback? Anything I should do? Anything I should stop doing? Let me know. So at the beginning, I'm asking for that one-on-one product owner time with a new team. And then we normally have something like if I'm just starting with a team, we may have weekly checkpoints. Then it may go to monthly once I get there and get acclimated, learn what's going on. Now that's with the product owner. Now I do the same thing with the developers, but I do it individually in terms of getting that individual feedback. And plus that gives me an opportunity to get to know the individual developers on my team. So while I'm talking to them, asking about their goals and their objectives and giving them feedback, I'm also in return asking, hey, who was that daily scrum the other day? Who was that backlog refinement? Who was at this event? What did you like about it? Oh, I like this. What didn't you like about it? Oh, I didn't like this. What kind of feedback do you have for me so I can get better? Oh, well, first they look at me a little strange because that's a little bit weird for them. But I said, look, and normally they first of all say, "Well, Scott, you're doing a great job. Yeah, I get that, good, but I want to be even greater. Give me something." I got to have something. So with the product owner, I do that, and with the developers, I get with them individually. That's a couple that I start with, Andriana. Anything sparking you?
Yeah,
Your
that
thought?
actually reminds me. I had a manager who did 3-month reviews. And I really appreciated that about her because she would go and get feedback from the product owner, from the manager, and some team members. And that is genuine feedback. They're saying exactly how they feel, and there's not the pressure of saying it to your face if they don't like something. And it gives you an opportunity to quickly make those changes throughout the year as opposed to waiting for an entire year. That's something that I really like is still getting that manager feedback, but having those checkpoints sooner than 1 year. Because sometimes when I look at those type of reviews, I'm like, that was a simple thing I could have changed 8 months ago. Like, why wait so long to get this kind of a change? And that's part of the reason we're doing this video is like, how do you continuously grow throughout the year so that you're not at the end of the year with these things that are really minor or some even big that you could have already made improvements on? We've covered a few things so far. One, actually doing like anonymous surveys so that maybe if people really don't like something, they could quietly tell you. And then two, you give some really great examples on having these one-on-one checkpoints, which I think really goes into earning trust and respect among each other so that you can fulfill some of the Scrum values, right? That openness, that courage, that respect. And then I talked a little bit about management feedback and how that can help you. What do you think are some other ways that people can get feedback to continuously grow their career?
Some other ways I was thinking as you was talking, Andriana, is if you have a mentor, if you have somebody in the Agile or Scrum community, whether it's at your job or not, hopefully you talk to somebody outside of work, another practitioner about what's going on at work. And hopefully they're going to give you an unbiased opinion about what's going on at work, how you can improve, because people may have something they want to say to you, but they may not feel comfortable saying it. And we get that. Hopefully you got somebody in your life where you can go and actually will give it to you straight. Luckily, I have those people in my life. I'm thinking about my good friend Eugene right now. I need to reach out to him. And pretty much every time we talk is after we get past, hey man, how the wife doing? How the kids doing? How the family doing? Once we get past that, it's pretty okay. What have you learned since the last time we talked? What are you doing? What are you working on? So I like having people like that in my life to challenge me. I have my personal goals for the year. So I'm looking at that. So I'm implementing. So one of the things I want to work on this year is I think I got teaching pretty good. I'm still working on facilitating, but this year I want to focus more on coaching. So I'm looking for those people in my life, in my circle that are on the higher end spectrum of the coaching that I can go to them and learn from. Eugene is the person that I thought of in my mind. That's probably why I'm talking about him now, because he's definitely a person I'm going to give a call, because he's went to the top of, he did something like coactive coaching. That is a technique. There's several strategies out there, but before I jump into a strategy or technique, I want to talk to different people who have done different things. It's okay, cool. What did you like about this that you did? What didn't you like? Take that information so I can make the best situation for me based upon my own personal goals. Andriana, does that help?
Yeah, and I think if you're wondering or you're thinking, "I don't have a mentor, where do I get one?" Agile groups, Scrum groups, go introduce yourself to people, get connected, build a relationship, and even some of those groups, they have forums where you can ask questions, and I think probably the last thing, if you're looking for help to continuously grow your career, is to subscribe. There you go. This is how you continuously learn. We have a new video every single week, so hit the like button and subscribe. And you can also leave a comment. We answer questions in the comments and we turn them into videos. We also now have opened our email list so you can subscribe below. If you made it to the end of this video, that means you have an attention span greater than a goldfish.
Be legendary, everyone, but not scrum dumb. Have an amazing day.